Hey everybody, today I'm going to share with you a garden tip and we're going to talk about Agapanthus. But before we begin, I want to take you on a little tour of our front yard. So come with me and then we'll come back and we'll talk about these beautiful Agapanthus. Okay, we're starting out this morning. We're going to take a little tour of my front yard. You can see the front of our house. Let me back up a little bit. Be really careful here so that I don't fall. And I'll just get a better shot. But we have a double garage here, and then you see our front porch. I'll kind of show you the rooftop as well. So this is where we live, and we have some beautiful grass this year. I'm very proud of that. And these flowers here at the front, these shrubs, these are shishis, and they bloom in the fall, in November and December. And they're a miniature camellia. You see the ferns that we talked about earlier this week, how to take care of those. I've watered those with the ammonia solution, and they're going to just begin to get greener and greener, and I'll continue doing that. And then we come on around in the front porch, and I don't have wreaths on my front door this year. I didn't get that done, but I'll get some done for fall for sure. But I have a couple of ferns there. You see our doormat with our initial on it, and we have rails on our front porch. Even though we just have 2 steps, we think it's important to have rails so that when people come and they might need a rail, that they'll have it. And plus it's decorative and I think it's pretty. On this side I have the same thing. We have our shishis, and these right here are water lilies. And they look like an orchid when they bloom, or rain lilies. Some people call them rain lilies. But when they start blooming, I'll show you those as well. And then I'm just going to scan around and start showing you the Agapanthus. And I'll come up closer and show you those. But you can see we have this big bed out here. We have holly trees. There's another one. We have some yopons and some lorpedlums in here, and then more of the Agapanthus. So I'm going to come up close, and let's see. I'll just come to this section over here. Look at these. Aren't they just beautiful? I just smile. Look how tall they are. They're probably 4 feet. The stem is probably 4 feet long. It is just amazing at how these Agapanthus have multiplied. The foliage is nice and luscious. It's healthy. These right here are yopons. Somebody asked me that recently, and we just keep those cut back. But this is kind of how it looks. So I'm going to step back as best I can and let you see what it looks like. Now these are drift roses, and they've already bloomed, but they will bloom again. We have some rock in this bed, and again we have some yopon, and that's what the little round plants are that we've shaped. So looking from this angle, you can see my tracks. You see our house, and then let me get over here because this is a pretty view too. When you're coming from this way, you can see the Agapanthus. It's just a garden. It's just a sea of Agapanthus. My neighbor called me yesterday and she said, your Agapanthus get more beautiful every year. So we're coming around to this side, and here we have more. Now these haven't opened up. These are slower for some reason opening up, but there's the bud. That's what it looks like before it opens up. And then here we have all of these beautiful Agapanthus on this side as well. I don't know how many plants I have in this bed. hundreds, I would think, but they multiply, and you can share them with other people. So this is what they look like. They're easy to care for, and we'll talk about that. I'll talk about that and tell you exactly how I care for them and what we do. But I just wanted you to see the beauty of these plants this morning. Okay, so now that we have had our tour, let's talk about these Agapanthus. You can tell that I am carried away with them. I am in love with them. They are so beautiful. Our neighbors ride by and they enjoy them. We enjoy them, and people who ride through our neighborhood, they enjoy them. But the first thing that I want to tell you about the Agapanthus is that they love sunlight, and that's the reason I chose to plant mine out in the front of our house, because we do get full sun most of the day. The second thing that's important is that you plant your Agapanthus in soil that drains really well. They like water and they need water, but they don't like to be wet. They don't like for their feet to stay wet and soggy. So you just want to keep them moist all the time. Let me tell you what we do in the spring. After the winter has come and gone and we start getting out in the yard and cleaning things up, the leaves or the foliage on the Agapanthus will be brown, and it will have died back, mostly died back. And because I have so many plants, then I come in and I remove that dead foliage. Now, I know that it serves as compost, and it will eventually go back into the soil, which is a really good thing. But I would have a lot of dead foliage, and I'm kind of a neat freak. So we come in and we clean ours up. And then we put out 10-10-10. That's the fertilizer that we use. And we use 10-10-10 on all of our beds, which is a really good basic fertilizer. So then once we do that, we come in with new straw for the spring, and we just sit back and we wait for these Agapanthus to put on a show like they're doing now. Once the Agapanthus have bloomed, then I don't cut them back until all the blooms are fully gone, because they're so beautiful and we don't want to give up a single bloom. But then I take my sharp shears or sharp clippers, and I go down to the bottom of the stem, which is right at the foliage, and I cut the stem off and I throw those away. Now these multiply. They can multiply from the seed that will form here. You can just leave them there and let the seeds fall, or the plants that you already have, they've multiplied, and you can dig them up and divide them. You can share with your neighbors, or you can just plant them somewhere else in your yard. So that's what we do during the spring and during the summer. In the fall, I like to come in, and Doug and I always trim all of our hedges, our hollies and all the shrubs in the fall just before winter, and we put out new straw. But before I do that, after we've trimmed, I like to put out bone meal. Now my Agapanthus, my amaryllis, my roses, in particular, are the plants that I make sure that I get bone meal around before we put out the straw in the fall. It kind of serves to winterize the plants, and then they go through the winter really well, and then they're ready to burst forth in the springtime and produce these beautiful blooms that we're enjoying right now. So that's how I work with my Agapanthus. Maybe you have got some ideas or some things that you do to yours that you could share with us, and we could all do better and just keep enjoying these beautiful plants that God has given us, and that we get to enjoy every day. I hope that you have a blessed day, and remember that hope for tomorrow gives strength for today. And I love you. Thank you for watching our videos. Be sure and share our videos, and I'll see you again really soon with another good garden tip. And hopefully I'll be back in the kitchen really soon.